I've spent $13,149 on Whiteout Survival. It's day 94. We've got a bunch of events going on. I'm going to do some spending tonight. I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing with my gems and how I'm trying to be super efficient as best I can. So let's talk about this. First things first, let's take a look at one thing. I kind of want to complain about something. If we look at Dawnfest and we look at the Feast Overture, if I look at the personal ranking here, in our state, people, I think, are being what I will call reasonable. Like, these people are pushing points here, but they're not going too crazy with it. Like, if I don't need to spend another $100 pack, for example, and I'm fine with this. Like, if we look at the rewards, these rewards, the only thing that's really worth it here are the city skins. But man, people see this target points of 125,000. Like, I thought, like, there's no reason we need to be there, right? And in our state, that's true. But in one of the other states I'm in, like, people, and this is in my low spend state, people are spending so much on this event that they're already at 90,000. And then another guy who showed me, Spencer, who I'm in that state with, he showed me his more powerful character state. And oh my God, they're almost triple this value. I think, I don't know, it was maybe 112,000 or something like that. They're probably going to hit the 125,000. So it's like, why are you doing that? You're basically driving the cost up for everybody by doing that stuff. So I don't understand it because, you know, we look at these rewards, this isn't even really worth it. Like, yeah, the alliance ranking is worth it to get the better seat at the table and get those better rewards. But really even not that great. And then here, like, look, all you're getting is some gems and speed ups. Like, why are you pushing this so hard? I don't get it. So if you're in one of those states where people are pushing this so hard that they're forcing this value up and up and up, I just don't get it. So let's take a look at this event for me tonight, though. We've got some things I can do some cooking on here. I'm basically trying to do as much as I can at this point to just maximize the points without spending much more. But if I have to spend another 100, I will, because the gear chests are worth it. But, oh, forgot about this. There we go. So now I've unlocked the quick cook and I can just take care of that. But, you know, I'm just trying to maximize the points as best I can with what I have. I've already done some spending, and then I'll just try to make sure I submit the dishes with the most rewards and, you know, just do the best I can. I'm not going to be spending extra money on it. I'll just see what I can do. Basically, you can get extra ingredients by following the Trail of Taste, which I've already unlocked the gather resources down here and the defeat beasts. You know, I've done as much as I could for those, but we can also get some from using speed ups and gems. Now, so that's the thing. Let's talk about gems for a second. I've been talking about kind of double dipping for the gems, and the reason is because there's a gem spending day today. And if I wanted to, I can spend a bunch of gems on VIP and, you know, I can unlock VIP. Like, I can do it right now. Well, like, if we look at my VIP, I haven't done the spending tonight, but even right now I can unlock VIP. But I am trying to play as an efficient whale. So I'm listening to a lot of the advice. I've heard advice on both sides of this in some of the comments and some people talking to me about this, but I am going to unlock VIP 12 organically by spending, you know, it's just a matter of time. So, you know, is it really worth the extra, you know, general mythic shards? I don't know. I don't think so. But so I think what I've decided to do, I think I'm making a decision right now on camera, is I'm going to hold off. I'm so close, but I'm going to get the VIP 12 organically anyways. Why waste it on the VIP 12 when I can use it on pet gems or something like that? So the thing is, I don't know, you know, I don't want to go too crazy on this event either. Let's take a look at this. Now, same thing here, like this Chiefs of Dawn. Like, the rewards aren't super awesome. They're just like the real, this is a stage ranking. Here's a total ranking. Like, all you really need is to be above 25 and you get this permanent frame, or the permanent name card skin, which is what you really want. Yes, there's, you know, a decent amount of general hero shards, but, you know, the whale spending I'm doing and everything, like, I get these anyways. So it's not like super enticing rewards. All I really need to do is be above the first 25 and I get that frame. So I don't need to push this really hard. And I'm doing actually pretty good right now anyways. Like, I don't need to be first place or anything. I just need to be in top 25. And I mean, I'm definitely going to be in the top 25, it looks like, from this. So So I don't really need to push this particularly hard either. So I don't know if now's even the time that I need to spend gems like crazy. But I mean, I've got a pretty good stash of wild marks anyways. However, we do have more pets coming. We do have another SVS prep coming. So I'm going to spend some on gems. I'm going to get some wild marks with gems tonight. Let's see. Actually, let's do that right now since I'm talking about it so I don't forget. Grab it's in the standard gem shop here. And let's see. If I grab another 1,000. How many gems is that? That's 500,000. I don't know if I want to do that many right now. That's a big commitment. Let's do 500. We'll do 500 common wild marks. And that'll kind of bump up my stock a little bit again. Yes, that is a big transaction. And there we go. And I got 250 of the festivities packs from it as well as you saw, I got some points on the board for this Chiefs of Dawn since today is a gem spending day. So with that one purchase, I was able to get the minimum rewards here unlocked. I know I didn't need to even do that much for that. And I got some, I'm on the board for ranking today. I'm in 8th place and my total ranking is, still looking decent there. And the other things, I'm not going to be using any essence stones or widgets because I'm saving that for SVS prep. So, I got some points on the board for the gem spending. I got some extra common wild marks and VIP will come organically. Speaking of which, before I finish off the Dawnfest, let's do some of the other spending stuff because we're going to end with Kasia, and I'm going to do some more spending there. So let's first check out the standard shop here. Custom pet chest, fire crystal, I've already explained. I'm not doing any more of that. You know what? The stamina pack, I am going to buy this because, we're going to have Beast Day again. It's almost like I got to buy these with gems or money. And I'm going to buy these. I'm going to buy this out because it's not all that much. It comes around every now and then. And there we go. I just bought that out. It's not that much of a spend for the whale spending I'm doing. I've already bought this at one level, explain that. I'm also going to buy this at the $5 mark because I like the efficiency there. Let's see if I get more than 4. Nope, just got 4 again. And then I'll grab my daily claims here. And we're done with the standard shop area. Then let's take a look at the deals section. Oh, forgot about the honor tribute. Grab this quick and see if I can get any luck here. Not much there. All right, and if we see gold, we know we got a little luck. So the more gold, the more luck. All right, got some more gold there. Not the items I really want, but I'll take it. Anything gold is better, better than that. Oh, no gold there. All right, a little gold. Tiny little bit. Better than nothing, I suppose. Another skill book and some gems. Oh, nothing there. All right, some tokens and some skill books. Nothing. That's not much. Tiny little bit of skin tokens. Skin tokens again. Skin tokens again. All right, take that. Some more books and gems. Some more gems. Ah, the luck over here. All right, well, that's a pretty good amount of skin tokens. Hey, all right, finally got a gear chest and some more gold. So, all right, I'll take that. Hall of Heroes, not doing anything with, really. Kind of done with this. And the Hero Rally, just make my claim there, and that kind of maxed that out. Lantern of Blessings, I will continue to, work this through. And let's see. Yeah, this isn't much to talk about, but I'm just going to do the claims here quick. We'll take the free one. You know what? We'll see how my luck is tonight, just because I haven't done this on camera in a couple days in a row. So let's see. All right, not too bad. That's crap. And that's okay. Not great. Let me do one more. Oh, all right. That's kind of okay. All right, I'll just take that claim, and we'll continue to work that. And then the sign in, just make that claim, and we're good to go. And Deadshot, I'm going to wait. I like the strategy of waiting until we have 5, so I'll wait until I have 5 again, because it kind of like, you get all lucky at once or not. And I kind of like the way that works. So that's all for the deals section. So now we're left with the last bit of spending is Kasia, because, and then I'll come around to the cat event in a second here. But now we're going to come back around to here because the last bit of spending I need to do is on Kasia's Wish House. So here we go. This is the 4th day. So buy up to the $50 mark again. And again, I'm doing this in part because I'm a content creator. Playing as an efficient whale, like this, the efficiency goes down as we go up in this, but if I got so lucky on the first couple rounds, if I stopped playing at day 2 and just got my commission rewards, I would have been able to buy out all the Mithra from the shop, and I would have had a super good return on investment there. But again, because I'm a content creator and I want to see how this goes in the rest of Kasia, I'm sticking to my original plan, which was to spend $375 on this event, because the shop is full of some other good things as well. Grab this daily as well, but it's a little bit debatable about what's the next best thing if you look at the value here. But 20 charm designs, these are hard to get through other means, so that's appealing to me. Of course, the gear chests are always appealing to me. The chief gear I don't really care about so much because the power per cost isn't really worth it. But the fire crystals I am very interested in. That's 60 per 100 dream marks. So we'll see. We'll see how things work and how lucky I get in the rest of Kasia. So here we go. Let's do some more spins and see if I get lucky today. I did not have a lucky day yesterday. Let's see how things work today. But there is, value all along the way. So is it worth it in the end? I mean, a lot of people regard this as a very high value event. No dream marks again. No dream marks again. All right, we'll take our free spin and hope we get something better than 100. I got 100 again. Oh, this luck isn't working out so great for me today. Let's see. Here we go. All right, I got another 100, another 100. All right, so that's decent. Hey, I saw the 500 pop. There we go, got a 500 on there. All right, I'll take that all day long. All right. All right. Drop this down to 10 just so I can get one more spin out of it. See how I get. All right, not horrible, not horrible, not great, but not horrible, but I'll take it. So, we've got, look at this. Let me move my head a second here. We've got 1235 now, dream marks, and that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So, not super lucky, but not super bad either. I'll take it. I'll take it. So with that spending done, let me just make these claim here. And I'll continue to, work this essentially. And submit my dishes, of course. I think at this point I'll wait till tomorrow or see how things go. See if I can do a little bit more requests and stuff just to work a little bit more of that tonight. But that's Kasia's Wish House and the Dawnfest. Now we've got the Dreamscape Memories. Oh, yeah, and we've got the Dreamscape memories to talk about. Let me talk about this and then I'll show you VIP and talk about VIP a little bit more. So the Dreamscape memories is an interesting event. I can't show it, and let me tell you a couple reasons I can't show it, and I'll give you little tips as I'm describing this or describing it. It's kind of like if you remember the game Where's Waldo or anything like that, but it's actually a memory game also, because as you go up the levels, if you remember where the items are that you're trying to search for, so it's like a hidden image search puzzle, and then if you remember where they are, then you'll go faster and faster in the other rounds. But there's a couple reasons I can't play it when I'm recording. Number one, I record on an iPad, and when I'm recording on the iPad, it's a bigger surface area. And some of them you have to go quite fast, and it's like just a lot more distance to move, and I'd rather do that on my smaller iPhone rather than the iPad. You don't want to do this on a tablet when you have all that distance to move and you're trying to go fast. Number two, it's a timed event. So as you go up in levels, you get less time to do more items. And that's quite challenging at some point. In fact, it looks like it's a little rigged because it gets so hard that unless you're like tap exactly on the spot, you're not going to get it in time, even if you knew where everything was instantly. And it's hard to know where everything is instantly because the descriptions are at the bottom and the items are at the top. And number three, do yourself a favor and turn the brightness all the way up, because some of the items are hard to see against, the darker backgrounds and stuff like this. So and especially I have a privacy screen protector that kind of darkens my screen a little bit inherently. So turn the brightness all the way up so you can get a better view about what's going on. And then it does become a little bit of a memory game as well. So as long as you remember where all the things are and you can go fast enough and click them, you'll be fine. However, it's a timed event. So here's the dilemma I have right now and why I'm not going to click start. It looks to me like I'm going to have to decide how badly I want this frame right now, because if I want it bad enough, I would have to buy this traveler pack by tomorrow, because you need these bells to extend time. And I only have 200 right now. So you get some amount of things from like the daily reset, these daily missions and rewards, right? You get some back. I think I only clicked one, but as you can see, like the login one time, you get 50 of them. Make any purchase one time, you get 100 of them for free. So, if I wanted to try to press this, and I think I could do it with just 2 extra, rounds of bells, then maybe I could. But the problem is it gets progressively harder, and I'm not sure I want to spend $50 right now. I think I might. Your progress towards this recall road is preserved between seasons, so maybe I'm just going to have to sit on this one, because I don't want to spend $50 just to get a bunch more bells and be able to do another level. And I'm not even sure that's going to be enough to get me, 2 more jumps to get the frame, because they do get progressively harder. There's progressively more items and less time, and therefore you have to buy more of the time. So I'd rather I think wait till it resets again to the next season and just buy up to the $20 mark again. I think that's the way I'm going to play that. So that's the Dreamscape memory and the few little bit of tips I can give you. The other thing I'll tell you, somebody asked me to play this on camera so I can kind of give them a guide. The problem is I've now played this on 3 different characters I have, and I got different puzzles, different visual puzzles for each one of those accounts. So yes, there were some that were the same, but then I saw some new ones as well. So it's probably not going to help you unless somebody starts publishing a guide for every single one of them. It's not going to help you much. But the other tips I'll give you is make sure you look for impressions and stuff. Like one of them, the sun is actually just the sun drawing in a rug. And another one is like a snowflake, and it's a snowflake impression against one of the walls. Or the diamond is a diamond impression against the side of a car. So when you're scanning, look for that. And then there's the wheat that's in, one of them has wheat and it's all the way in the ceiling, One of them has a ladle it's actually, it says spatula, but it's actually looks like a ladle. And then in that same scene, there's a spatula. And so I literally had one of the puzzles where it said spatula, spatula, and one of them was the ladle and the other one was the spatula. So just watch for little things like that. Sometimes they're more of a clue than a literal thing. You might not see an actual diamond, but an impression of a diamond, that type of thing. So those are about all the tips I have for Dreamscape Memory, because I can't play it, because if I start playing it, I'm going to consume these fish, and I'm not going to be able to finish it because I'm not going to have enough time for this next progression. It gets quite a bit more challenging with every progression. So now let's talk about VIP quickly. So here's the thing, with this organic spend, Look at this. With the organic spend, I'm going to get there soon enough. I don't need to be wasting gems on VIP 12 when, you do get more value from buying the common wild marks. I'll get the VIP 12 eventually, and, it's actually probably not going to be all too long. It's probably going to be another couple weeks, depending on how spending goes, depending on what other events they start stacking up here. And then I'll have the VIP 12, and depending on how much I decide to keep spending from there, we'll see if I can start, trying to get towards a meteor skin or something like that. But man, it just gets so expensive to get that other stuff. So VIP 12 is not the end game here. It's, steady account growth. It's trying to be efficient, trying to make sure my money is spent wisely so that money gives me the most amount of power per dollar. That's really what I'm going to need to start focusing on more. And that's why I'm kind of putting my money where my mouth is tonight, and I'm not using the gems to go to VIP 12, because I don't think that that's the most efficient move to make tonight. And I do want to start refocusing on efficiency, because that is my long game here, is how can I be as efficient a whale as possible? That's my goal. Now, mind you, I'm in other states where I see people spending a lot of money and spending it on things that are not getting them power. They think it's getting them power, but it's not getting them permanent power. They're either spamming troops or spending it on things like chief gear. They're spending it in all the wrong places. But thanks to your helping me along, there's a lot of people giving me comments, both in the game and out of the game and in the YouTube comments. I'm learning so much about the game and learning about efficiency. So learning where the best deals are and what the better strategies are when it comes to efficiency. So keep those comments coming, because I really appreciate it. And it's helping me stay on that focus of, being an efficient whale. And if you haven't heard me say this before, I'm going to say it again. Budget and efficiency are two different things. Like how much I spend and spending it efficiently are two different metrics. I'm trying to spend efficiently. So we'll see, what that is in terms of overall spend coming up. Hopefully some of these events will calm down, and these unique events that are like one of like very infrequent unique events that I have to spend some money on, I'm hoping will calm down a little bit so that I can really just focus on the fundamentals again and looking for the standard shops and where the best deals are, so I don't do so much of the daily spend anymore and just kind of bank it for the special events like Kasia's Wish House and Mia's Fortune Hut and some of the things that come up a little bit more regularly than the others. Well, that's all I have for tonight. But remember, if you like this journey and want to see how my spending goes, see how my character development goes, how much power I'm able to get with this efficient spending, you got to give me a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post something, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.